Success is something almost everyone wants, but very few people truly understand what drives it. Motivation is not just about working harder or staying positive. Psychology shows that our habits, mindset, emotions, and even the people around us can shape how successful we become. Here are 10 fascinating psychology facts about success and motivation that may completely change the way you think about achieving your goals. Fact 1. Your brain loves small wins. One of the most powerful psychological tricks for motivation is celebrating small progress. Every time you complete a task, your brain releases dopamine, a chemical connected to pleasure and reward. This creates a feeling of satisfaction and encourages you to keep going. That is why successful people often break huge goals into smaller steps. Instead of focusing only on the final result, they focus on daily progress. Small wins make difficult goals feel achievable and reduce stress and procrastination. Even checking something off a to-do list can boost motivation because your brain feels rewarded. Success is often built from hundreds of tiny victories rather than one giant moment. Fact 2. Motivation usually comes after action. Many people wait to feel motivated before they start working. Psychology suggests the opposite is true. Action often creates motivation, not the other way around. Once you begin a task, your brain starts adapting to the activity. This is why starting is usually the hardest part. After a few minutes, your focus increases and motivation naturally grows. Successful people understand this. They do not wait for perfect energy or inspiration. They simply start, even when they do not feel like it. Momentum becomes their secret weapon. The next time you feel unmotivated, try working for just 5 minutes. You may be surprised how quickly your brain shifts into productive mode. Fact 3. Your environment shapes your success. Psychologists have discovered that your surroundings strongly influence your behavior. A messy, distracting environment can lower focus and motivation, while a clean and organized space can improve productivity. The people around you also matter. Humans naturally copy the habits and attitudes of those nearby. If you spend time with negative or lazy people, their mindset can slowly affect you. But being around hardworking and positive individuals can increase your own motivation. Success is not only about willpower. Sometimes changing your environment is more effective than trying to force yourself to work harder. Fact 4. Fear of failure can secretly stop success. Many people think laziness is the biggest obstacle to success, but psychology says fear is often the real reason people avoid taking action. Fear of failure can cause procrastination, self-doubt, and avoidance. Some people would rather never try than risk failing and feeling embarrassed. This creates a mental trap where opportunities are ignored because the brain wants to avoid emotional pain. Successful people are not fearless. They simply learn to see failure differently. Instead of treating mistakes as proof they are not good enough, they treat them as lessons and experiences. Failure is often part of growth, not the opposite of success. Fact 5. Confidence can be built through repetition. Confidence is not something people are born with. Psychology shows that confidence grows through repeated experiences and practice. The more you do something, the more familiar and comfortable your brain becomes with it. This reduces anxiety and increases self-belief. That is why successful people keep practicing even when they are not perfect. Many highly successful individuals once struggled with fear, nervousness, or insecurity. Their confidence developed over time because they kept taking action despite discomfort. Your brain slowly starts believing in what you repeatedly prove to yourself. Fact 6. Visualization can improve performance. Athletes, entrepreneurs, and performers often use visualization techniques to improve success. Studies show that imagining yourself succeeding can activate similar brain pathways as physically performing the action. When you vividly picture yourself achieving a goal, your brain becomes more familiar with success. This can reduce fear and increase focus and determination. However, psychology also warns that visualization alone is not enough. Simply dreaming without action can actually reduce motivation. The most effective method is combining visualization with real effort and consistent work. Successful people imagine success, but they also work for it daily. Fact 7. Discipline is more reliable than motivation. Motivation is emotional, but discipline is behavioral. Motivation changes constantly depending on mood, energy, or circumstances. Discipline, however, allows people to continue even when motivation disappears. Psychologists say habits reduce the need for willpower. Once a behavior becomes automatic, your brain uses less mental energy to perform it. This is why many successful people follow routines. They wake up at certain times, exercise regularly, and stick to schedules even when they do not feel motivated. Discipline creates consistency, and consistency often creates success. Fact 8. Comparing yourself to others can destroy motivation. Social comparison is a natural human behavior, but it can seriously damage self-esteem and motivation. Constantly comparing your success to others can make you feel behind, even when you are making progress. Psychology shows that people often compare their worst moments to someone else's highlight reel, especially on social media. This creates unrealistic expectations and feelings of failure. Successful people usually focus more on self-improvement than competition. Instead of asking, "Am I better than others?" they ask, "Am I improving compared to yesterday?" Real growth happens when you compete with your past self, not everyone around you. Fact 9. Sleep and rest affect motivation more than you think. Many people believe success requires sacrificing sleep, but psychology and neuroscience suggest the opposite. Lack of sleep reduces focus, memory, emotional control, and decision-making ability. When your brain is exhausted, motivation naturally drops. Small tasks feel overwhelming, and negative thinking becomes stronger. Rest is not laziness. It is a psychological necessity. Successful people understand that recovery improves performance. A healthy brain is far more productive than an exhausted one. Sometimes the smartest thing you can do for success is simply getting enough sleep. Fact 10. Purpose creates stronger motivation than rewards. Money, fame, and rewards can motivate people temporarily, but psychology shows that long-term motivation often comes from purpose. People who feel their work has meaning are more likely to stay committed during difficult times. Purpose gives emotional strength when challenges appear. This is why some people continue working hard even without immediate rewards. Their motivation comes from something deeper than external success. When you connect your goals to a meaningful reason, motivation becomes much more powerful and lasting. Conclusion: success and motivation are not just about talent or luck. Psychology reveals that small habits, mindset shifts, discipline, environment, and emotional resilience all play major roles in achievement. The most successful people are not always the smartest or most gifted. Often, they are simply the ones who understand how to manage their mind, stay consistent, and keep moving forward despite obstacles. Real success starts with understanding yourself. Once you learn how your brain works, motivation becomes easier to build, and your goals become far more achievable.